Sean Day, one of 7 exceptional players ever in the CHL. Those players being John Tavares, Aaron Ekblad, Connor McDavid, Shane Wright, and Sean Day in the OHL, the QMJHL, Joe Veleno, and the WHL, Connor Bedard. An exceptional player is someone who is 15 years of age who gets to come up and play in the CHL at 15, which is usually reserved for 16-year-olds. The one difference with Sean Day, most GMs thought he wasn't worth it, and he's the only exceptional player to ever be chosen 4th in the OHL draft, usually a spot reserved for the number 1 pick. Well, most of those GMs were right because Sean Day didn't have a great junior career and was drafted 3rd round, 81st overall by the New York Rangers. If you want to learn more about Sean Day, I highly recommend watching Odd Man Rush's video on him. I'll post the link in the description below if you want to watch that before watching this. But this video is going to be a what if Sean Day was an elite hockey player.
Herotheycallme.
So hey, let's play. I'm Herotheycallme. I thank you for joining me for another NHL What If series. This one we're focusing on Sean Day, as you might have figured that out from the title of the video or the intro of the video. This one's going to be a bit different though. Usually, we recreate the guy, we put him in, the draft, he gets drafted, we see where he goes. Sean Day is in this game still. He's only 22 years of age, so we're going to start, his re-emergence in the NHL, or just trying to get to the NHL. This guy was in the ECHL last year. That's how far he's fallen. For a guy who, is 6'2", 218 pounds, he's just one of those guys I think was a bit too big, bullied the kids around that he was playing with, and somehow managed to get exceptional status. I have no idea how he did it, because you can go look at his numbers. I might post them on the screen right now. They're not fantastic by any means. One of the main things you'll see from his prospect report is that he had all the tools, but he didn't have it up here. That'd be in his head. Can't put everything together, one of those types of players where elite skills but just can't get it all to work at the same time. Well, here you can see that I did change Sean Day around. Obviously, he was a 70 overall. I bumped him up by 10, and I gave him a low franchise rating to really give him a chance. And you can see he's playing for the Syracuse Crunch. You know whose farm team that is? Tampa Bay. So he might have a real good career if he's able to stay on Tampa, that's for sure. So I moved up his passing, his puck control, his defensive awareness a bit, not too much. I wanted to keep his defense and offensive awareness lower because, like I said, that's usually, his hands usually move quicker than his brain could comprehend, or vice versa. So we'll see if he's able to play in the NHL this year at 80 overall. I assume he'll get some looks. 22, I assume he might bump up a bit at the end of the year too. We'll see how Sean Day's career goes. Let's get through that first season, shall we? Doesn't look like Sean Day is going to get a chance to play with the Tampa Bay Lightning, at least the opening night roster, as they got Eric Cernak and Cal Foote playing instead. I don't see him here for the Syracuse Crunch either, so I assume he is on the Tampa Bay roster. He's not on Tampa's roster because he's on Detroit's roster. How did that happen? I have no idea, but here he is, Detroit Red Wing player Sean Day. Where's his contract at? Why can't I? There it is. 3 years at $3.795 million. The Detroit Red Wings. So as much as I tried not to get another Detroit Red Wings playthrough, looks like we're going to get one. Sean Day playing with David Savard. That's a good combo to have. It's a big, burly defensive defenseman there, and David Savard. Sean Day on his side. More than likely going to be the number 1 D for this Detroit Red Wings team sooner rather than later. We're at the trade deadline, so I figured we'd take a look to see how Sean Day was doing in his first season here. So let's take a little peek. Sean Day has played 63 games. He's got 36 points, 4 goals, 32 assists. That's not too bad. He's a +6 on the Detroit Red Wings, so that's also a big plus there. And he's got 88 shots, which is a lot for a defenseman, but more manageable than like the 300 shots he would have had if he was a forward. Sean Day finished with 77 games played, 4 goals, 45 assists for 49 points, +4 overall as a defenseman. Not too terrible, honestly. Detroit should get better, as they do each and every year when we start this, until they completely blow it up and mess everything up. But they should get a better supporting cast for Sean Day. Hopefully they help him out with another D partner. But those are some pretty good numbers for his rookie year. That's not bad. Sean Day has grown to an 83 overall and now is a top line defenseman for the Detroit Red Wings, with Josh Manson on his right hand side now. There are Sean Day's stats if you want to see where he's grown just slightly. He's 23 years of age, so he's going to have to take a real big step, I think, within the next 2 years if he's going to become that like really, really good player for the Detroit Red Wings. If not, I think he's going to stay close to between 83 and 85. So we'll see. This is going to have to be the year he jumps up to like at least like an 88. Not really surprised that the Detroit Red Wings missed the playoffs. Sean Day actually had a worse season this year, 78 games played, 1 extra game played, 9 less points, 5 goals, 35 assists, 40 points, and it was a -5. Not great, but the Red Wings team wasn't that great to begin with. I didn't really show you their entire team. But we'll see if he grows. He's an 83 still, as you can see. He's got 1 more year left on his deal after this year, so we'll see if he sticks around in Detroit, if he goes somewhere else. Not looking good, though, for Sean Day, but, he's putting up numbers. Like, 40 points is nothing to scoff at as a defenseman. Sean Day has gone up only by 1 overall, though he's 84 overall now, still playing with Josh Manson, who's also an 84 overall. Carlson, Hronek, Seider, and McIsaac as their D core. Very young defensive core here. Oldest being Josh Manson at 31. Everyone else is 24 and under, I believe, on 25 and under, I should say, which is pretty crazy. Let's take a look at their offense, because I didn't bother to do that last time for you guys. Philip, Zadina, Larkin, Mantha, good line. Raymond, Hall, Bertuzzi, pretty decent, okay line. Fabry, Veleno. Speaking of Veleno, that's another exceptional status player right there, who might end up being the next Sean Day. I think he'll... No, I wouldn't say that. He's going to make the NHL. That's a pretty much guarantee, but he's not going to be, like John Tavares. Well, I shouldn't say he's not. He could. He possibly can be, but I don't think he's going to be like a John Tavares or a Connor McDavid or anyone of that example. Jace Pitton, Vetrano, Gruy, and Sheary as their lineup. So it's an okay lineup. And in nets, they have Brandon Holtby and Darcy Kemper. The Detroit Red Wings have made the playoffs. Sean Day is playoff bound. Sean Day finished second on the team in points. 10 goals, 44 assists, 54 points. Dylan Larkin, though, is the reason why they're here, and he's injured right now, which sucks for them. 31 goals, 60 assists, 91 points. How did he do that? How did he get 91? The next closest is 54? I have no idea. That is a phenomenal season for Dylan Larkin. Day and the Red Wings are facing off against the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round. Dylan Larkin is pending evaluation, and Philip Zadina is returning June 3rd, so they don't have Zadina for the entire playoffs, and Larkin, who knows. Sean Day and the Red Wings are able to pick up at least 2 wins, but they lose 4-2 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Sean Day led the team in points with 4 points in 6 games, only assists, though. So you can see, obviously, Larkin didn't come back, which sucks for them. That might have been one of the reasons why they didn't go anywhere. But Sean Day picked a hell of a time to put up his career high in points, because he's a free agent at the end of the year, so we'll see if he signs with the Red Wings or goes somewhere else. Sean Day is staying aboard the Detroit Red Wings team. He's an 87 overall now. His new contract will pay him $8.6 million for the next 4 years, so he'll be 29 when the deal is up. Pretty good deal for him. 87, playing with Masters 84, Carlson's 83, Heronek's 82, Seider 81, and Jake Sanderson, all right, 82. Still a very, very young defensive core. Let's check out their offense, see if they made any difference changes here. Lucas Raymond, Larkin, Mantha, Pitton, Jace Pitton, some random dude is 21, so that's going to help. Holla and Zadina, Milano, Veleno, Silverberg, Rui, Zemgus Girgensons, and Michael Rasmussen. Then in that's still Holtby and Kemper, and both of them have gone a little bit worse. Back-to-back years now, the Detroit Red Wings and Sean Day have made the Stanley Cup playoffs, 94 points. Sean Day finishing with 54 points. He's also injured right now in 73 games played, 5 goals, 49 assists, 54 points. He was a plus 12. His point total from last season, obviously a little bit less goals, but more assists. Way less games, though. He would have beaten it if he stayed healthy, I believe. He's also an 88 overall now, so here are his stats if you want to take a look at them. The Red Wings have Toronto in the first round, who are the number 1 seed in the East. Sean Day is pending evaluation, so who knows how long he's going to be out for. And once again, the Red Wings are only able to win 2 games in the playoffs. I don't see Sean Day on this list anywhere, so it looks like he didn't play at all. So that's back-to-back years where they've been missing one of their better players. Last year, of course, they were out with Larkin. No Larkin, he put up 6 points in 6 games this year, and not their best defenseman. So luck not on the side of the Red Wings or Sean Day. As we head into Season 5, Sean Day is now an 89 overall. Here are his stats if you want to see them. Playing with Josh Manson still. Jake Sanderson's grown a bit, so that will help them out. They also have Owen Power in the back end, so that's going to help them out, and William Wallinder. So they have a chance of having, like, Maurice Seider never pans out in this game for some reason. I don't know why. He always stays like an 81, 82. But hopefully some of these guys grow and they have a really good decor in a year or two. How's their offense look? Mantha, Larkin, Raymond, Piton, Grui, Zadina, not bad. Levio, Veleno, and Atkinson, Armia, Rasmussen, and Svechnikov. That's a pretty good team on paper anyways. Nothing crazy. And they have Kemper and Mads Sogard, who is the human cheat code in this game. So if he could become the starter, they might have a chance of winning a cup. The Red Wings once again sneak into the playoffs, just beating up the Pittsburgh Penguins 93 points on the season. Sean Day led the team in points, 10 goals, 72 assists, 82 points in 82 games, point per game player, the most productive he's been since he joined the league. You can clearly see right here. Last season, 54. That's a pretty big jump from 54 to 82. Someone might want to test that boy, 27 years of age. Hell of a season for Sean Day. If there's no Norris Trophy in his name at the end of the season, I'll be very, very surprised. Plus 27, 47 penalty minutes, had 153 shots as a defenseman, which is a little much, but Ray Bourque shot a lot as well. Shooting percentage is 6.5, had 3 game-winning goals, 15 power play points, so he become a power play quarterback, it seems. And now Sean Day and the Red Wings get to face off against the Flyers, and we'll see if they have enough firepower to get past the Flyers, or at least win 3 games instead of 2 this time. Just to be a bit of an ass, Detroit decides not to win 2 games, but only 1 this time around. So after an amazing performance from Sean Day all season long, they go out in 5 games to the Philadelphia Flyers. James Norris went to Ivan Provorov. Did Sean Day get snubbed? Let's take a look. Sean Day had 82 points. Provorov had 77. Obviously, Provorov had 2 more goals than Sean Day. He was a plus 47. Okay, that's understandable. He had 202 shots. He had more shots than me. Look at that. 3 game-winning goals tied there. He had 2 power play goals and 16 power play points. Okay, so two of the goals that he had more than me were power play goals. He had a shorthanded point as well. He played basically the same amount of time as me as well. So, yeah, I think the difference there is the plus-minus, quite honestly. 47 to 27, but of course he played on a better team. Yeah, remember that. We were the bottom of the 8th team. So, I don't know. I think Sean Day, probably a bit more impressive. Sean Day now a 90 overall, the best he's been. He had his most success last season, single success anyways. Now looking, hopefully, to, he got snubbed. Maybe this is his chance. He'll become the Norris winner, or will actually do something in the playoffs. So rather than do something in the playoffs, Sanderson is his partner this year, so that's a good 1-2 punch. Sanderson more of a shutdown guy. Owen Power getting up there as well. 87 overall. Moritz Seider, McIsaac, and Wallinder. Pretty good decor. Not terrible. Still very young, too. Offense is Raymond, Larkin, Mantha. Nothing's really changed there. Zadina, Grui, and Pitton. Same second line. Nikolai Waugh, Veleno, and Armia. I think that's stronger than last year. And Svechnikov, Scholes, and Cousins. I think that's also stronger. Let's check out their goalie situation. They got Matt Sogar as the number 1 now, so here we go. And Peyton Del Rio as their backup. Seems like a good team. They finished 8th last season. I'm expecting better things, but now that I've said that, oh shit. Detroit going out and getting Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou for first, Collimore and Lebedev. Looks like they're going for a bit of a run here. Now Detroit looks like Raymond, Larkin, Mantha, Pitton, Thomas, Zadina, Waugh, Grui, Kyrou, Armia, Veleno, and Schultz. That's a good offensive cast, and their defense is still healthy. Yeah, this could be dangerous. Well, with all those improvements, Detroit finished 7th, so I guess they did improve the team technically. A little bit better than the Rangers. Sean Day back to his normal self, we'll say, like 60 points, 50, 55 plus points a season, somewhere around there. I think he got 54 2 years in a row. He's 59 now, 6 goals, 53 assists. He was a 0 in the plus minus, which is not something you want to see for a defenseman. As you can see, once again, we got Philly versus Detroit in the first round. Philly's already up 1-0 because I simulated a bit too far, but Detroit, let's see what you can do in the playoffs. Oh my god, they won 3 games, but it still wasn't enough because you got to win 4 in the playoffs. 7-game series of Philly, so they made a slight improvement, but it looks like Philly is their kryptonite for the past 2 years, I should say. Owen Power coming out of nowhere, 7 games played, he had 8 points. He's an 87 overall, looking to take that number 1 spot from Sean Day, whose contract is coming up at the end of next year, I want to say. Did Sean Day play at all in the playoffs? Did he not get any points, or was he hurt? Oh my god, he only put up 1 assist, and he was a -6. That is not what you want to see from your top defenseman. Sean Day on the last year of his contract that pays him 8.660 or 8.660,000, whatever the hell you want to say if you can speak English. 89 overall, 28 years of age, playing with Owen Power on his right side now. two left-handed shots playing the same position, or playing top positions, I should say. We got Jake Sanderson and Maurice Seider, McIsaac and Wallinder as the bottom pair. This could be a real dynamic duo for them. We'll see if it works. Offensively, they got Raymond, Larkin, Mantha, keeping it strong. Zadina, Thomas, and Pitton. Wash, Schultz, Armia, Bluger, Veleno, and Gruy. So it seems they kept Robert Thomas, but they let go of Jordan Kyrou. That's my guess. And then in nets, they have Del Rio and Sogard as their 1-2 punch again. Once again, Sean Day and the Detroit Red Wings sneak into the playoffs. 82 games played, 93 points. Ottawa's behind them by 2 points there. So we'll see. This is his last, well, possibly his last chance. We'll see if they decide to just go Owen Power. But this is Sean Day's last year in his contract. Sean Day and Owen Power both had roughly the same points. Owen Power, though, 23 goals. That's it's a little bit more. But, of course, he is a creative player, so he has 336 shots. You know, that's how it goes in this game because they don't know how to code creative players. He is injured right now, so it's going to be all on Sean Day for the playoffs. 9 goals, 46 assists, 55 points. Pretty consistent player Sean Day is turning out to be point-wise. Plus 21 is also really good. That's way better than he had last season. 89 overall. Look at him right now, his stats for the last couple seasons, and you'll see, despite the 82 here, like 54, 54, 59, 55, you know, that's pretty consistent, I'd say. Sean Day and the Wings, they have Buffalo in the first round. Philly is on the other side of the bracket, so they don't have to worry about them. It's Buffalo. I know they're the best team in the East, but it's Buffalo. Quick answer is nope. Sean Day has yet to go past the first round. A lot of playoff appearances since he's become like the number one guy in Detroit. I think they haven't missed the playoffs in a couple of years now, right? But another 7-game losses, back-to-back year 7-game losses in the first round. This is where you ask yourself, Detroit, do you move on from Sean Day and let Owen Power take the reins, or do you keep him around and hope that he is the guy that can bring you to the finals, or even to the next round of the playoffs? Sean Day is sticking around Detroit. They're going to keep the Owen Power Sean Day combo going. See how long he signed for. Another 4 years, $10.71 million. That's a crisp dollar bill right there for Sean Day. He'll be around until he's 33. Playing with Owen Power, who is obviously, Sean Day's the veteran of this team now, 29 years old, the oldest. I guess no, Waldman is actually older than him. So they got that. Their defensive core, obviously paying Sean Day is taken away from that defensive core. They still got Sanderson, they still got Seider, but that third isn't great. Owen Power, when is he up for? Oh, he got a new contract too, $11 million. That makes sense then. They're paying a lot of money for those two. Guess they really believe in them. Offensively, Raymond, Larkin, Mantha, Pitton, Thomas, Zadina. You know, they've been keeping that top 6 around for a while, too. Roy, Gruy, Jackson. That's a new face right there. Nybeck, Veleno, and McTavish. Okay. And then in nets, oh, no. Cameron Boss and Peyton Del Rio. Is Boss going to be anything? It doesn't look like it. Starter mid. I don't want to say it just yet. But it's looking, let me look at these guys. Okay, they got 5 years on Raymond's, 2 years on Larkin, 3 years on Mantha, 1 year on Zadina before he's out of here, 5 years on Thomas, and 1 year on Pitton. So this is the year they have to win because they're not going to have a second line after this. First year into Sean Day's new big contract, Detroit does not make the playoffs. 82 games played, 91 points. Roughly what they put up. You know, they've been putting up like 90, mid-90s for like the past couple of years. Not good enough this year because they would have needed at least 99 points. And next year they're going to be losing a lot of their depth pieces. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Red Wings. Sean Day, after getting the big payday, is 49 points, 8 goals, 41 assists, 49 points, 10 on the plus-minus. Had a couple power play points as well. It looks like it is going to be Owen Power's team going forward, which makes sense. He's a young gun, you know, 89 overall as well. He's just going to continue to get better. But I don't understand the signing of Sean Day. I feel like they should have let him walk and they would have been able to make a bigger team. But Sean Day, I'm not going to blame him. He got his payday, right? That's all that matters. Looks like things are changing in Detroit as Owen Power is now officially the number 1 defenseman at 91 overall. Sean Day has fallen down to the number 2 role. 88 overall. Still, you know, that seems to be his top off point was like 88. That's pretty much where he's filtered at 30 years of age. Still got that 3 years left on his deal. He's playing William Wallinder now. They got Aston and Albert Schauser. Salza. I don't know how to say that name. Jake Sanderson. Then on offense, Matthew Larkin, Raymond. Yep, still that going for them. But here we go. Schultz, Thomas, Nybeck, Jackson, Ragnarsson, Delano, Lestarian, Gruy, and McTavish. Yeah, they've definitely fallen there a bit, that's for sure. And then in nets, Boston, Del Rio. So still the two poopy goalies. Don't know what the odds are for Detroit, but it's not looking good. 2 years after signing Sean Day and Owen Power to those big dick deals, the Detroit Red Wings are not even close to the playoffs once again. 88 points, out by a few. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Sean Day finished with 72 points this year. He had 14 goals, 58 assists for 72 points. He's looking to get an award. He's like, if I can't get the Stanley Cup, at least give me a gosh darn Norris. 88 overall. Sean Day, this is definitely the best he's ever performed points-wise. 14 goals is a career high. 72 points is a career high. Plus 24 isn't a career high, but still pretty damn good. 9.8 shooting percentage is definitely a career high from 2 game-winning goals, 2 power play goals, 6 power play points. That's pretty good. 72 points and only 6 power play points. That's not bad. So Sean Day, you assume at the age of 31 would be a front runner for the Norris unless someone went ham and put up like 90 points or something. We'll have to wait and see. But the Detroit Red Wings are reminding me of the San Jose Sharks paying a lot of money to their D-core and not much else. James Norris went to Kayla Mccarthy. Once again, did we get snubbed? Or did Kayla Mccarthy have an amazing season? He's won it back-to-back years. All right, Kayla Mccarthy 84 points, and he was a plus 41. Yeah, okay, there's a bit more. If it would have been like between me and Provorov again, then I would be upset. Because, with plus 24, he had 22 goals, and he was a big-time power play guy. Like, he got 20 power play points, so if you think about it, a lot of his points came from power play. I still think Sean Day is the better defenseman in this scenario. Well, you got to also think 20 of those points are power play points, okay? So we'll say he had 64 points and he was a plus 41. You don't get pluses for power play points. I don't know. I guess it's really pick your poison here, and Kayla McCarthy's pretty damn good, so I'm not going to get too upset. I'm still upset about the Provorov one, though. I still think Sean Day should have won that one. Sean Day taking over for that top spot. 90 overall again is Sean Day. 31 years of age. He has, 2 more years left? Is that the deal? Yeah, 2 more years left of the $10 million deal. Jake Sanderson beefed up, too. He's an 86. Owen Power an 89. Wallinger went up to an 82. They're 2 younger defensemen. Well, I guess Cormier is not really young, but Vorobyev has jumped up to a 79. So it's a bit more stable on the back end. It's a good D-core again. Not great, but good. Offensively, on the other hand, you see the big loss already. He's gone. Dylan Larkin is... He took off. So they got Mantha Schultz, Raymond, Laxonen, Foodie, and Thomas. Costin, Niedermeyer, Benjamin Niedermeyer. Is that Scott's son? Jackson, Obi Cobell, Stranges, and Lewis. So they lost a big offensive centerpiece. But I don't know. We'll see what Schultz can do. How are they doing in nets? Del Rio has gotten up to an 82, so I guess he had a pretty good season that he got up a bit. And Cameron Boss is an 81 overall, so they have a potential decent starter in the future if he's able to grow, Cameron Boss. I'm hoping they can make the playoffs. Another season, another missed opportunity for Sean Day and the Red Wings. They had their worst, I'm pretty sure this is the worst outcome they've had. 77 points, 15th in the East. Those contracts, man, I told you I was going to bury them. I knew it. Sean Day led the team in points, though. He's had 15 goals, 53 assists, 68 points. Probably not good enough to be in the hunt for the Norris, but we'll take a look at his stats here. 15 goals is his career high in goals. 68 points. Not even close to his career high in 82 when he went point per game, which was super impressive. 5 power play goals, 15 power play points. So this is the most power play time he's gotten in a while. Kayla McCarthy 3 years in a row has won the James Norris. I just wanted to check to see who won it. I didn't think we had a chance, but that's pretty impressive. Yeah, it's understandable if you put up 110 points, Kayla McCarthy. My God. Sean Day's last season, perhaps, with the Detroit Red Wings, at least the last season on his contract, at 10.7. 32 years of age. I think he's going to be 33 by the end of the year. 90 overall. There are stats if you want to see them. They got the power duo back with Owen Power and Sean Day. No pun intended. But the rest of their defense has fallen off. Valerie Vorobyev, Aston, Killington, Mahora, so they kind of have to do that and hope for the best. They're going to be playing like 30 minutes a night, each of them. Laxon and Schultz, Raymond, Thomas, Foodie, Harrison, Lysell, that's a pretty good get. Del Andrea, Jackson, Obi Kubel, Stranges, and Rasmussen. They still got Michael Rasmussen, or did they pick him up again? I just got to check to be on the safe side. No, he was on Tampa for 2 years. All right, so then they picked him up. Not a great team. They're getting worse, but somehow now that I've said that, they'll probably make the playoffs. Let's see what their goalie situation looks like right now. And Perezhogin, so they got a new starter at least. Well, after signing that new contract, Sean Day and the Red Wings didn't make the playoffs once in those 4 years. I believe it was a 4-year contract, if I remember correctly. 89 points and possibly his last run with the Red Wings. Way out of the playoffs again. Let's see how he did. Him and Owen Power led the team in points. This would be funny, right? If Owen Power gets the Norris this year with the 76 points, 27 goals is pretty damn impressive for a defenseman, though, almost 30 goals. I think the last person to get 30 goals as a defenseman was Bobby Orr, perhaps. No, I think it was might have been Mike Green, actually. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to look it up. But it'd be real fitting if Owen Power, who's got 1 year left, 4 years left on his deal, and we have 1 year left on our deal. You know, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take the Norris from you before you leave Detroit." But my guess is Sean Day is probably gonna stay and end his career in Detroit and probably never win a cup. The James Norris went with Adam Bockwist this year. Okay, it would have been hilarious if Owen Power got it. Shocker to nobody, Sean Day remains in Detroit. The boy wanted his money in Detroit and he got it. 4 more years of Sean Day, $11.8 million, making a bit more than he made last time. Is he making more than Owen Power? He is. Owen Power's got 3 years left on his deal. They picked up Bowen Byram. That's a pretty good get. Nickerson, Bengo, and Thomas Harley as their other defensemen. Offensively, they brought in Robert Thomas is still here. Alaskinen, Raymond, Jackson, Reese, Granado, Roosevelt, Foodie, Lysell, Rutika, Ragnarsson, and Fabry. I don't like the lines. I don't know why you'd sign. Apparently, Sean Day is all about that money. Another year, another missed playoffs, 83 points. 82 games played, 83 points. That's awful. Sean Day finished with 69 points. Nice. 12 goals, 57 assists. Owen Power, though, 37 goals, 50 assists. 458 shots. My God. They got to fix the created players for next game because this is ridiculously broken. Well, it's been 5 years since the Detroit Red Wings have made the playoffs. That is unacceptable. Sean Day is 34 years old. He's running out of time. Him and Owen Power still the power duo. Bowen Byram, Brett Pesce, Ryan O'Rourke, and Oli Ulvi. It's a okay decor, not the best, but better. Offensively, though, Maurice Brossoit. So they got a young gun elite winger right now coming up for them, so that's a plus. Jameson Reese and Lucas Raymond. They got Fabian Lysell, Henrik Ragnarsson, Eli Tolvanen, Matthias Roosevelt, Foodie, Jackson, Costin Haglund, and Max Comtos. So it's still, it might get better in a year or two with Brossoit. If he can become like a superstar for them, then you never know. They could be a deadly threat, but goalies are still terrible, so it's not looking likely. Holy poop. The Red Wings, Sean Day, have made the playoffs again. 91 points. Usually what it takes for them, between 90 and 94 points is what they get into the playoffs with. But they're getting another shot at it. Sean Day had 50 points, 6 goals, 44 assists for 50 points on the season, was a +6. A lot of minuses here, so I don't know how they managed to make the playoffs. Owen Power's injured again going into the playoffs. See how their goalies looked. Nothing. I don't see really anything on this team that would propel them into a playoff spot, but I guess that's how weak the Eastern Division was this season. They got the Boston Bruins in the first round. Will this be the first time that Sean Day and the Red Wings are able to get past the first round? No, it's not. Another 7-game loss. My goodness. This is unbelievable. Sean Day did lead the team in points with 6, so tied with Owen Power, who played 6 games, but he had 2 goals and 4 assists in 7 games and was a -1. Ooh boy, Sean Day has taken a fall off dramatically from this year to last year. 83 overall now, at 35 years of age. He is the second line defenseman now. Owen Power and Ackerman are the top. Look at this decor, it is not good. Sean Day has, 2 years left? Yeah, 2 years left on his deal. Offensively, they got Brossoit, Glenncross, and Raymond, Lysell, Ragnarsson, Gunther, Vesalainen, Foodie, Nylander, Jackson, Rusika, and Costin. Literally any of these lines could be their top line, which isn't a good thing. And in nets, they got Boss. So maybe the balance will keep them competitive, but they made the playoffs last year with a pretty bad team. We'll see if they can do it with the worst team. Not much of a shocker here. After making the playoffs for the first time in 5 years, The Detroit Red Wings are once again a non-playoff team, 71 points, which might be the worst they've done. Pretty bad. And you could pretty much put that on the shoulders of their, I guess, franchise player, you could say, right? Sean Day's been their franchise player. He's been here the longest, and he's been carrying the team for the most part. 7 goals, 26 assists for 33 points, -8. Like, he's far down the list of the most important player now. He's 82 overall. And you can see the difference in last year to now. Like, the regression has been there. 69, 50, 33. He's a minus player. He had a good run, but it looks like his career is coming to an end. Oof. The defense in Detroit isn't getting any better. Owen Power is still the number 1 guy. I think he signed a new deal. He has a 7-year deal. So he's going to be around for the rest of his career too, probably. Sean Day has got 1 year left. He's 80 overall. There's still possibility he'll come back for another year or two after this, but there are his stats. He's still got a hell of a shot. He's got that. He's got that going for him. His speed's still there. What did he lose? That's like killing him. His defensive awareness is an 81. I guess that's what he lost, which makes no sense because usually when people get older, they don't lose their offensive and defensive awareness. They lose their speed. So good on you, game, for knowing how to regress players properly. The offense still, actually, it's a little bit better. The first 2 lines, anyways. They look a little bit more accurate to an actual good team. Third line could use some work. Fourth line could use some work, but it really just matters who you have in the right positions, right? And their goalies, they got Hunter Jones and Mackenzie Blackwood, who's old as shit. I don't know. I think Sean Day's days are best behind him. So we'll see. This is the course of the year that he's going to get like 100 points for some reason, right? Shocker alert. The Red Wings don't make the playoffs again. I don't even see Sean Day on the top screen so far. Where is he? Oh my goodness. 2 goals, 27 assists, 29 points in 78 or 79 or no, 78 games. I read that right. -26. 78 overall. Contract is done. And that will do it. Sean Day, indeed, calls it a career at the age of 37. 1,208 games played, 127 goals, 702 assists, 829 points. Great career for him, honestly. We started relatively late. I think he was 21, 22 when we started, right? So, and then I think he didn't play the first season either, if I recall correctly. Or he did, but he didn't play much minutes. I can't quite remember. It was a long time ago. But it's a good career for him. You know, I feel like the loyalty and maybe the bad GMing cost him maybe a cup run or even a D playoff run. They had a good team for a couple of years. They made the playoffs a bunch of times in a row. They just could never get past the first round. So Sean Day, not the best clutch performer, I guess you could say. He had a couple bad playoff runs. So I don't know if he's going to hold any points. Once again, this is, you know, a very high organization to do that in. The Detroit Red Wings have been around since the beginning. But we'll take a look to see if he was able to be maybe the best point getter for defensemen or something. I don't know. He's definitely not on any games played, shoutouts, or any of that. Rookie, perhaps? Nope, none of those either. Game? Nope. So he goes down with no awards, no records. That's rough. We can check the NHL, but I doubt he'll be up here either because obviously, you know, it's crazy to be up here. Yeah, and he's not up here either. But that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. That's exactly what happened with Sean Day. Wasn't a bust, and I don't really want to call him a bust, like, because obviously he got picked in the 3rd round, right? I just feel like he was hyped up way too much, and like I said at the beginning of the video, if you go back and watch like the Odd Man Rush video, most of the GMs thought that too in the OHL draft, and they still draft them 4th. But I thought this one would be interesting to do anyways for Sean Day. And he had a decent career. You know, he put up a lot of points as a defenseman. Didn't really have any of the success that you'd want to have, but, you know, still a respectable career for the guy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and I will catch you next time, whenever that may be, for another NHL video. So until next time, I'm Herotheycallme. Thanks for watching.